First at 4, a new case of stranger danger. A man tries to pick up a local teenager and then gets physical. A mother fighting in court because she does not want to vaccinate her child, but the judge is getting frustrated. We'll tell you why.
I want you to take a look at this device. This little device. It could actually solve the energy and electricity problem in Puerto Rico right now, and it's being engineered at a local university.
And Paula, rain not a problem for the drive home, but the fog could be. We'll look at visibilities as we finish out this Thursday right now. First at 4.
Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Karen Drew. We begin with breaking news in the Flint water crisis. Congress has just given Michigan Governor Rick Snyder 2 weeks to respond to allegations he may have committed perjury. Today, the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Oversight and Government Reform sent Snyder a letter asking him to correct his testimony on Flint from last year. In question is when the governor may have been aware of a Legionnaire's outbreak. Snyder testified under oath he only learned about the outbreak the day before he held a news conference about the health issue in January of 2016. However, last week, a top aide testified he told the governor about the outbreak weeks earlier. The governor had until October 25th to respond, but we just got the letter he sent Congress. It reads in part, quote, "My testimony was truthful and I stand by it. While you have offered for me to clarify my sworn testimony, I do not believe there is any reason to do so." Hank Winchester is working this story and will continue our coverage tonight at 5. Also breaking, a longtime Ann Arbor Pioneer baseball coach arrested for child sex crimes. 57-year-old Gerald Holly is accused of trying to meet up with an underage child for sex. He was arrested in Clinton Township after undercover detectives say that they tracked him as a child sexual predator on social media. Holly teaches biology over at Pioneer and has been a varsity baseball coach since 1995. We're also tracking a stranger danger alert. It's happening in Redford Township today after a man tried to abduct a 13-year-old boy who was on his way to school. The boy was walking to Hilbert Middle School this morning when that assault happened. Police say a man driving a blue car pulled up to the boy on Kinlock Street just south of Grove and then asked if he needed a ride. The boy said no, but then the suspect got out of his vehicle, grabbing the boy by the wrist. He was able to pull away and run to school for help. If you have any information, contact Redford Police. Sources tell Local 4 Detroit police have opened an internal investigation into this incident that was caught on video. It shows an off-duty police officer confronting a man outside the Meijer at 8 Mile and Woodward. Suspect says the officer went too far, and he's sharing his story for the first time with Local 4's Sean Lay.
Karen, you're right. I did sit down with that man beaten during that long arrest, along with his girlfriend, for a long interview today. They detail for us a quiet night together just days after their daughter was born, turning into a violent nightmare as they were leaving the Meijer store. David Bivens was accused of shoplifting by an off-duty DPD officer working security. They showed their receipt, and that's when they say the officer beat David. He thought he was going to lose his life.
And he's just continuously swinging at me, and I'm asking the whole time why. I'm asking him to give me a reason, to explain to me exactly what are you doing and why are you doing this. And the whole time he's just shouting, I told you, you know what you did. And it's like, I didn't do anything.
So many more details to share live at 5 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Sean. Another story we're following today, a Walled Lake mother who doesn't want to vaccinate her 2-year-old daughter suffered a setback in court today. Lori Matheson says she has religious and health concerns against vaccinations. She was supposed to bring an expert witness to court today, but the judge stopped the hearing because Matheson did not follow court procedures to enter that witness. Here's some of what the judge had to say.
But do not come in here again without looking at the case law and the court rules and knowing how to qualify an expert. And do not voir dire somebody without even knowing what you're qualifying them in.
The hearing will continue November 14th. Well, we got lucky with warmer weather earlier this month. It seems our luck has run out. We've got some gray, dreary stuff out there, Ben, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any break in it anytime soon.
No, Karen, this is just ugly out there in most locations, and it looks like this is going to follow us through tomorrow morning, too. The good news is the visibilities have dropped, but they're probably not low enough to cause us an issue on the road yet. It's still possible that some of these visibilities could drop a little lower. 1.5 miles is what we're seeing down in Monroe, but you can see 3, 4, 5 miles across the heart of the area, especially in our metro zone and stretching out towards Howell. So there's going to be quite a few of the freeways and roadways that are going to be affected by this fog for the drive home. Temperatures relatively steady in the mid-50s. That's not going to be a huge concern. We will see a warm up, but we're also going to see some rain for the weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up. Karen?
Today in Washington, President Trump signed an executive order on health care that he claims will bring affordable insurance to millions of people. Kimberly Gill is following the story. And Kim, many say this could be the first step to the end of Obamacare.
Yeah, Karen, good afternoon. The president signed the order after Congress failed to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. The executive order is aimed at making changes to some of the laws and mandates with two main components. One affects small business plans by allowing employers to band together across state lines to buy cheaper and less regulated plans for their employees. The other affects individual plans by making it easier to buy short-term insurance plans that are cheaper with less coverage. Democrats have already blasted the proposed changes, saying they'll weaken protections for pre-existing conditions and throw the insurance exchanges into turmoil.
But the competition will be staggering. Insurance companies will be fighting to get every single person signed up. And you will be hopefully negotiating, and you'll get such low prices for such great care. It should have been done a long time ago, and it could have been done a long time ago.
But I do know it is a sabotage of the Affordable Care Act, and quite frankly, a real disservice to the American people, many of whom voted for him.
So today, the White House also revealing that President Trump will address the nation tomorrow afternoon on Iran. That address will happen at 12:45, and we'll have it for you right here on Local 4 and click on Detroit.com. Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Kim. The president is also being criticized for a tweet this morning regarding Puerto Rico and its hurricane recovery. The president writing, quote, "We cannot keep FEMA, the military, and the first responders who have been amazing under the most difficult circumstances in Puerto Rico forever." Many Democrats said the U.S. must continue to help during the humanitarian crisis. Members of the Trump administration also reaffirmed the government will not abandon the island. Republican House Speaker Paul Ryan will visit tomorrow. The situation, though, is still bleak. 75% of the island is still without power, and it could take 6 months to get full power restored. The death toll has climbed to 43. More than 100 people are still missing. When it comes to the power problem, a student project right here at Oakland University could give Puerto Rico a big boost toward an alternative energy source. Paula Tutman met with students hoping to help the island.
I guess you could call this kind of a Thomas Edison moment. So I want you to take a look at this. So to the non-engineering brain, this piece of machinery kind of looks like a big It was actually invented years ago, but it's being further engineered by senior engineering students at Oakland University, and it is popping at the exact right time in history. This student project could very well be the magic bullet to Puerto Rico's decimated energy infrastructure. Literally, the light at the end of a very long tunnel.
What's the other option? It's either you have to be physically next to it.
It's called the Oscillo Drive.
It's really exciting.
It's a partnership between OU, the private corporation Wave Waterworks, which holds on to the intellectual property, and the OU Incubator Business Accelerator, which helps startup companies bring products to market. They have found energy in the most unusual places. What's fascinating is to watch these brilliant brains actually work this stuff out. So, for instance, I want you to take a look. So this is a buoy, and what the buoy does is it floats up and down on the waves. And its flotation motion actually creates energy. And that energy is actually transferred and translated into real power. Right now, they're using a hand crank to simulate the up and down oscillation of the seas, which converts that energy into good old-fashioned Thomas Edison caliber electricity. Just 6 inches of waves can get the lights on.
This can be scaled to any size. This can be placed functionally anywhere near water. As long as there's waves, there's energy to be collected.
Even this morning, there were discussions to bring the Oscillo Drive to Puerto Rico. How does this help Puerto Rico yesterday?
You could use that electricity anywhere. You could use it for traffic lights, use it to power a hospital, a home, a business, a shopping center, and it's ready to be used.
Put it this way, from the word okay from the Puerto Rican government, custom oscillo drives can be built, bobbing, and producing energy within 60 days or less. Right now, the idea is to get 16 devices, only a little bigger than this one, on a 25 by 25 foot barge off the coast of Puerto Rico for testing.
It's been studied, beaten up, abused, and the damn thing works.
Yeah, well, no, they're not excited at all. Of course they are excited. Now, they still have some data points missing. They still don't know exactly how much power can be generated from how big a machine. That's actually being beta tested. Karen, locally, of course, I've begged them to take me along for that beta test. Once they know that, they'll know how big, how high, how large, how much, and they'll be able to travel to Puerto Rico at the behest of the government.
Innovative and
wow.
Very impressive. Cool stuff. All right. Thank you so much, Paula. We appreciate it.
It is.
Well, still ahead on First at 4, animal rights groups have something to celebrate this afternoon. A powerful fashion house is saying no more fur. Also, there's new legal action connected to the racial violence in Charlottesville, Virginia. We'll tell you who is being targeted, and one of the attorneys involved has already won the landmark case. Up first, search and rescue missions today in California enter a disturbing new phase. An update on this wildfire disaster when we come back.
Coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
Edgar Zarins was described to me as a pillar of this small church in Farmington Hills, which is why everyone is shocked to find out he was stealing right from the basket.
But he wrote us a letter stating he didn't. So what he's doing right now is just playing the game.
Zarins was in court today. Coming up, you'll hear from more people who worked right alongside him.
All right, thank you, Jamie. First at 4 continues with stories making headlines across America. We start with the California wildfire disaster. The depth of the disaster continues to grow, with at least 26 people dead, 170,000 acres burned. Search and rescue teams are looking for survivors, but some of those teams are using cadaver dogs as they expect to find bodies among the rubble. 3,500 buildings have already burned. Thousands of people have also been forced from their homes as strong winds have fanned the flames. The racial violence in Charlottesville, Virginia this summer was disturbing for the entire nation. Now, 11 plaintiffs are taking white supremacists to court. The plaintiffs are unnamed at this point, but they say the white supremacists terrorized the city and the victims are still coping with emotional distress. The suit names 25 individuals and groups as defendants. One of the attorneys for the plaintiffs is Roberta Kaplan, who helped with the same-sex marriage fight. Ben is back, and if you've got any outdoor plans, kind of bundle up and bring an umbrella, right? It's not one of those days you want to be outside.
No, I want to make a pot of chili and a peanut butter sandwich.
That sounds really good.
Sit at home and it's not nice out there. No huge problems. It just looks ugly, I guess is the best way to put it. That fog is just drenching everybody. We've got a very light wind. It's out of the north at 7, so I guess the fog could be worse if we saw those winds subside. 4 miles is the visibility that we're reporting at Metro, and those air temperatures are in the mid-50s, which are not going to change a whole lot between now and when we finally set our lows closer to tomorrow morning. So just about everybody's in the mid-50s. 58, one of the warmer temperatures here in Mount Clemens and also Port Huron, which is at 63. But you start looking at that satellite image. This is the visible satellite, and you can see we are socked in everywhere. Low clouds and then the fog underneath this, ensuring that things are going to be gray for quite some time. In fact, we probably won't see any appreciable clearing until we get into the second half of tomorrow. So we're going to have to go through this for the morning commute on Friday as well. You'll see that here on the map. The other thing we could be seeing is just a couple areas of light drizzle. It's not going to amount to much, especially compared to the amounts that we picked up yesterday. And then as we get into Friday, we start out with the clouds and fog, and you can see some gradual clearing as we head towards the second half of Friday. And then Saturday is interesting because we'll have a cold front that'll set up just to our northwest. That's going to bring rain to about half of the area. If you're north of M59 or in the northern half of our west zone, Look at those showers just hanging out in those spots through the day on Saturday, and that's probably going to continue into the evening. And we may see some of those showers dive south as we get into the second half, but most of that rain is going to be confined to our north zone and the northern section of our west zone for Saturday. And that means there's going to be quite a difference in highs. So we're going to start in the metro zone. This is Saturday, by the way. We will get up to 75 in the city, and also officially at the airport we'll probably hit that number as well. Close to 80 degrees down near the state line. Lambertville, you're going to be at 79. Blissfield and Luna Pier both at 78 on Saturday afternoon. Then closer to where that rain sets up, that's going to keep temperatures in the 60s in Genesee County, but in the mid-70s down there in Canton and in our north zone, which is going to be wet for most of the day. It's pretty much mid to upper 60s with some low 70s as you get closer to M59. Again, those are Saturday's highs. We still have the fog tonight as we dip down to 53. Could see some areas of drizzle, and that's mainly going to be in the evening hours if we see it. High temperatures tomorrow going to 70, some clearing in the second half of the day, but we're going to still be with the gray skies for the first half. Temperatures get up to the 75-degree number on Saturday, and that depends on where you are. We will see a little bit of a cool down going into Monday. And by the way, Sunday is going to be very windy. The cold front coming through in the morning, so we'll end the showers early. Most of the day's dry, but it's going to be brisk, and we'll watch out for a chilly morning. Could be 30s in spots as we start out on Monday. Karen.
That's chilly in the morning. Thank you very much, Ben. Some of you might remember the flying cars in the cartoon The Jetsons. Well, how about flying motorcycles? Still ahead, what these crime-fighting, high-flying bikes are able to do. And the battle over fur. Some people love the luxury, but animal rights groups seem to be winning this war. Trending stories next. But first, as we go to break, here is a look at how the markets have closed for the day. The Dow Jones down some 30 points, NASDAQ and S&P 500 down as well. The battle over fur has pushed another luxury brand to change the way it does business. This time, Gucci says it will stop using animal fur in all of its designs. It is the latest fashion house to bow to pressure from animal rights groups and changing consumer tastes. Gucci has sold mink coats for up to $40,000. The change goes into effect with the spring and summer collections in 2018. By the way, Gucci will be selling its remaining fur products at a charity auction. Well, let's talk about the Gap. It is trying to make it a little easier for you to shop for baby clothes. It will start offering subscription boxes on its website. That means boxes of clothes will come to your door containing 6 pieces of baby Gap clothes. Now, the box will cost $70, but will be valued at $100 or more, so you get some extra bang for your buck. You have 3 weeks to decide if you want to keep them. New boxes are delivered every 3 months. If you're interested, check it out. The Gap says it's offering, quote, limited quantities. And take a look at this, a flying police motorcycle. The police in Dubai showed off the new technology at a recent conference. Now, the hope is to use the new cycle to fly over traffic and arrive at rescues more quickly. Look at that. A single-seater bike can fly for up to 40 minutes, depending on how it's being used. The bike could monitor large areas from the air and send a live feed to Dubai Police Headquarters. They hope to put the bikes to work in about 2 years.
I'll take one.
I knew you were going to say that, Bailey. Still ahead, a father and son reunion that will make you smile. We'll be right back.
They're out there, scammers working to get to you. Now experts are revealing the top scams hitting Metro Detroit right now, and victims are sharing their story.
We received a phone call supposedly from our grandson claiming that he was in a car accident.
It's happening every day all over Metro Detroit.
He says, well, I need cash.
Thieves trying to rip you off, take your cash, and steal your identity. Now we expose their tricks, all in an effort to keep you safe. Help Me Hank investigates tonight at 11.
Don't wait.
Finally, first at 4, military service is very tough for our troops and, of course, for all of those who love them.
Yeah, luckily homecomings can be heartwarming, like this surprise reunion between this airman and his young son.
Hey, Michael.
Hey.
Can you say hi?
Hi. Yeah. You came back.
I came back, didn't I?
Yeah.
Did you miss me?
Yeah.
A lot?
Yeah.
Can we do a big hug?
I love it. You
So
came
surprised.
back. Air Force Staff Sergeant Gabe Cohn came home after 8 months in South Korea. He surprised 3-year-old Michael at school. Now some family time before he heads back in early November. But look at that smile and those hugs.
We've seen so many of those, and they still get me every
I'll
time.
never get enough.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for First at 4. We are back in a half hour with Local 4 News at 5. Inside Edition is next. Have a good afternoon.